Hello, Dazzle. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me. I'm glad that you're here. Today, I want to talk about things that autistic individuals can do to help communicate better with others. So there's a lot of articles and posts and videos and stuff out there that discuss ways that people can communicate better with us. But what can we do to facilitate that process? After all, communication goes both ways. The best and healthiest relationships are ones where people are meeting in the middle. And that means that all parties involved are required to compromise and to change strategies. So number one is to be honest about your challenges. It can be difficult to tell others that you're having a hard time. But you're more likely to get the support that you need if you tell people that you need it. Of course, there is a bias in society and a stigma that comes with having a difference from the accepted norms. And this creates hostility towards those of us that are different. But it's unfair to expect that whoever we're talking with can read our minds and just know that we're having a difficult time. If we fail to communicate that we're struggling, we are accepting that struggle. Creating change requires that we take risks. And in this case, it means risking how the other person is going to respond when we tell them that we communicate differently. So number two is use nonverbal communication. Auditory processing disorder is a very common comorbidity with autism. Because of that, many of us struggle to process information that is being given to us in an auditory format. There's nothing wrong with communicating through other means. Auditory or verbal communication is considered the normal and mainstream method for communicating. But it's far from the best or the only means for communication. I personally have found that speech-to-text applications can be very helpful when communicating with others. It allows the other person to communicate in the manner that they're comfortable with while allowing me to read what they are saying and thus more easily process that information. So I feel like it's kind of the best of both worlds thing. But there are many other tools that can be used. So number three is to ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask the other person to clarify what they're trying to say. If you aren't sure that you understand what they're saying, then the best approach is to state that or to ask questions. Most people are receptive to having questions asked, and it is generally perceived as a sign that you're interested and invested in the conversation. Number four, use devices if they help. This kind of goes back to the point that I made in number two. Most of the time, we're considering the use of a device as a way to facilitate that nonverbal communication. But it doesn't necessarily have to be. There are a wide variety of devices available, and some are marketed specifically as communication assistance devices, but they do tend to be more expensive. Keep an open mind when it comes to what might be helpful. Even a pen and paper can serve the function of allowing you to read what the other person wants to communicate rather than having to listen to it. Trying different things can help you find what works best for you, so don't be afraid to explore. Number five, check in on emotions. Another common comorbidity that comes with autism is alexithymia. This makes it difficult for many of us to communicate within the context of emotions. Don't hesitate to check in with the other person and ask them how they're feeling. Take whatever they tell you at face value. Because if they choose to lie about their emotions, then that becomes their problem that their feelings are being misunderstood and you don't own that. Well, that's about it for me rambling today. Thanks for coming and spending some time with me. If you like the video, click on the like button. It really does help. And until we can hang out again, you guys, be sure to take care of yourselves. Bye!